My name is Kip Wright. I was privileged to be the first pastor of Faith United Methodist Church. I just went up and down the streets of the developments that were out this way, knocking on doors and inviting them to a church that didn't exist yet. We were excited and we were having fun. We just had a good time together. And that Sunday, when Lester Meyer, the district superintendent, called the charter members up front there at Holland Hall School and chartered us as a United Methodist Church, it was amazing. We felt like we were on an adventure. We were very, very aware that we were part of something bigger than just ourselves. It was exciting to see that building go up, and I alternated between thinking it's too small and what are you going to do with such a big building? I went back and forth. I came down each evening to look at it. There were people waiting until we had a building because attendance doubled our first Sunday in the new building.
When I was appointed to Faith United Methodist Church, Bob Johns took me aside. He said, "When you get here, Des, you need to put your sneakers on." And he was right. I was off and running. Faith is an energetic, vibrant, involved, caring congregation. Every day was an adventure and there was never a dull moment.
The best thing about my time at Faith was the incredible staff that we recruited. They were, quite frankly, the best in the state. Dennis Adloff is the best adult Christian education person I've ever been around.
My job centered on care and support of small group ministries. People wanted to learn more and to grow in faith, to serve and be connected to one another in the world.
He was a perfect balance for my damn the torpedoes full speed ahead attitude and approach to ministry. He became my friend, my consort, my advisor, my guide. Before long, I was embarrassed with the idea that I was called senior pastor and he was called associate, so we just dropped those titles and we both were simply pastors of the church. I'll always remember that staff and always remember that feeling of being a part of a group that was so committed, so talented, so gifted, so called, so well trained. And I was humbled and awed by their work. And I still am to this day.
One of my favorite memories happens to be the Harvest Moon weekend. And it was my first Sunday there. And I came on a Saturday to Harvest Moon and walked around and visited with people. Most people didn't know that I was their new pastor. And so I heard all kind of interesting things. And then on that Sunday morning, when I stood up to preach, it was like, oh, that's our pastor.
For the years that I served at Faith, the thing that made it special to me was its willingness to try new things. We were able to be creative, to go in new directions. Sometimes things didn't work and that was fine. We just didn't do them again. Sometimes things worked great and we built upon them the next year and the next year and the next year. And it really did make Faith special because so many churches get stuck in a rut, don't want to try anything new. But that wasn't Faith. Faith was always willing to try something new.
One of my favorite memories at Faith United Methodist Church was during our time of construction. From start to finish, the size of the campus doubled. I remember wearing hard hats to work. I remember late nights at the building committee. I remember making sure that we had a square concrete hole installed in the chancel area so that we could always place our cross during Lent and Easter in the sanctuary. I remember before the carpet was laid in the chancel area, everyone using Sharpies to write down their favorite scripture.
When someone says, who are the people of Faith United Methodist Church? My response would be something like, they're people who do their faith. They show and they become and they act and they behave in ways that exemplify how Christ cares for the church and how they care for each other.
The things that stand out to me at Faith were always the special services that we had. The Good Friday services, the Ash Wednesday services. I remember great services at Easter and with wonderful music. Christmas Eve communions were always just wonderful with great attendance and great people.
The things that God did through us during that time was truly amazing. The work that we did in our mission touched my heart and soul. And the places that we went to underserved countries and underserved people truly helped us to change lives. And I love the prayer that we first learned when we went, and that is, "Bless, O Lord, our bread, and give bread to those who hunger, and hunger for justice to those who have bread."
I want to congratulate Faith Church on celebrating the 40th anniversary. And I believe with all my heart and soul that God is doing exciting things with this church today and tomorrow and for the unforeseen future. And we'll just hang on to that thought. It will be an exciting time. I'm glad you're a part of Faith Church and you are blessed.
So thank you, Faith Church. You are in my Hall of Fame of churches. Congratulations on your 40th. I wish you many more seasons of growing, learning, loving, and serving the Lord and the world. And remember, keep those sneakers on.
Congratulations, Faith, for 40 great years of ministry, and thank you for letting me share a small part of that. I'm looking forward to hearing about all the great things that God has in store for you for the future.
So may God continue to lead and guide this amazing church and grow it into the plans that God has for you. And I want to thank you for this trip down memory lane. Bless you all.
My prayer is that you will continue to celebrate God's love, that you would continue to celebrate the relationships that you have in all that you do, in all the ways that you do it so well. May God bless you, and I love you.
Congratulations on 40 years of wonderful, life-changing ministry, and I can only imagine what God has in store for the future. So I love you all, and thank you for being a part of my life and allowing me to be a part of yours.
You know, as we journey in this life, it's not a matter of where we've been and what we've done in the faith. It's a matter of where we are going. It is the next step that we take that is important. I pray that you, as a church and as people, will take that next step in great faith, and you will grow closer to Christ every day of your life.
And this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it.